Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to another Axel 72 video. This is, by far a very different video to do. I mean, in general, it's just an appreciation video, if anything. I'm just coming on here to say thank you to everybody who's helped me get to 1,000 subscribers. I know it's not really a crazily big landmark or anything like that to, most big channels that you see, but, just for my channel and for myself developing this channel, it's a huge thing for me really because you know I've started 6 years ago now, just doing old Fortnite clips, kind of as you do as you when you're a kid, just playing with your friends, and it kind of progressed from there. Went to do my FIFA career modes back when EA FC was called FIFA, and I did quite a lot of them, and then progressed on from there to just doing my football predictions, and then also Sport This Week. If you were around back then, it was a very different time. Me being slunched at the back of a bed, which you wouldn't have seen, just with my blank wall behind me, doing my Sport This Weeks, in which I spent quite a lot of time, just kind of behind the scenes writing stuff up. And it kind of did get to a point where I was writing perhaps a little bit too much, and then it kind of meant that I didn't have the time to actually watch and analyze what was actually happening. I was just writing it down instead. And so then I kind of progressed on from that, and I found that bit more of a passion for mine with kind of boxing and MMA. And by chance I was going to a matchroom boxing event, and yeah, by chance I just happened to message a few fighters, and Akib Fiaz had the time and was giving me the honor to speak to him for my first ever interview, and it kind of progressed from there. I mean, then I moved to doing loads of interviews. There was times in which I was doing 5, 6, 7 interviews, sit down, like 10 to 20 minutes interviews a day on Zoom with loads of different fighters. I spoke to so many different amazing names, and obviously now it's perhaps progressed a little bit where I'm not doing quite as many Zoom interviews, but I found that more, like I say, of a passion just speaking about fights. And I feel like, I'm not coming from the knowledge which is crazily high level. I mean, I don't have the professional fighting experience myself, or even amateur fighting experience myself. I've trained it a little bit, but that's about as far as I go. But still, it's just like I say, a strong passion of mine. I've been to loads of events. I've had the privilege to go to loads of events and speak to, like I mentioned, loads of great names. I still do often go to events and do interviews whenever I can, and it's just in general a real pleasure to be able to get to the position in which I am. Of course, I definitely wouldn't have expected this back when I was doing my Fortnite videos 6 years ago, but about 1,400 videos later, which, to be honest, is pretty crazy in my eyes, because I feel like a lot of top YouTubers never really do this many videos and get to this point, and it takes this long to get to this point. But in general, I've just wanted to keep going, and I've never been demotivated by anything. I've just been doing what I've been enjoying doing, and hopefully, I'm going to be aiming to carry on doing it. Perhaps the videos over the next few months, maybe this year, might be a little bit different coming up, and I might do a separate video to kind of explain as to what might be happening with them, just a little brief kind of overview as what might be happening with them. But for the moment, for the next couple of weeks at least, they're going to stay the same, and like I say, they're seemingly doing better than ever, and I'm just really grateful in general. Also, just wanted to shout out a few names of people who have given me their time. Everybody who's ever come on to do an interview, it's been a pleasure speaking to every one of them, and thank you very much for giving me your time to do that, and in person as well. Any kind of promotion that's let me go to their events, any fighters again that have let me speak to them in person. I know perhaps it might have been a little bit awkward at times, especially when I was first coming out to doing my in-person interviews. I'm sure I wasn't the most funnest to speak to, I suppose. But hopefully now my interviews are a little bit better, and I can actually speak to you a little bit off camera as well, a bit better now. And in general, these whole videos have just helped my people skills a lot as well. So it's another video, a reason why I just love doing them so much. And again, other channels in which have let me go on to there and grow my platform and shout myself out. I mean, Moboxing No Problem was one of the first channels to ever do that. They are a way bigger channel than me. They do some great interviews themselves, when have spoke to some really high level fighters. So go give them a watch. I mean, channels that have let me go to events as well. I mean, just name like a Carwin Herbert has been a great name to somebody who progressed me and let me go to a first small hall boxing event, and then it progressed from there. Sloth Box was a channel that let me go to the first ever kind of big show in which I went to and actually did interviews for with Dalton Smith, Sam Maxwell Fight Week, as well as let me go to the AJ Fight Week as well. You know, things that you kind of only dream about being able to do and to get that behind the scenes access. And then you also got people like ESBR Boxing who have been letting me go to events as of recent, and they've been really nice and, you know, in general just very welcoming and not really put too much pressure on me whilst I'm doing interviews, kind of let me do my thing to an extent. And I really appreciate the experience that gives me and the people that I get to meet around whilst doing that. You know, other names as well. BBTV was another channel that was able to, well, now Boxing Now was another channel that was able to really help me out and progress me along and help me meet new people as well. And so, yeah, in general, some great names in which have let me go and be involved with them. And in general, I mean, that's kind of the reason where I am, or the reason why I am here, why I am, if that makes sense. But yeah, in general, thank you very much to everybody who subscribed. Hopefully, we keep the channel going, progressing, and to a big year. Hopefully, this year we'll see how things go with everything with the channel next this year. I want to keep as consistent as possible because I just enjoy doing it so much. But like I say, things may come in the way to stop that a little bit. But for the most part, like I say, I just wanted to come out here and say thank you very much for 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully the growth will continue, and maybe we'll get to 2,000 a little bit quicker, and then we'll get to 1,000. We'll see. If not, I don't mind at all. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. Like I say, it's a bit of a different video, but yeah, like the video if you did indeed like the video, subscribe if you are new, and thanks for watching.